Kia ora bros and girls, welcome back to the channel. If you're struggling with the Uncollected Red Hulk for this month, this is the video for you, and how to defeat him without using Void. Now this has proved to be a problem for a large number of the player base this month, and so far you can't even get to chapter 2 or chapter 3 until you get past this guy. And this month's quest is actually probably relatively more difficult than the previous. So it's definitely a little bit more challenging if you're still at the 4-star level with rank 4s or maxed out 4 stars or 5 R3s, right? Above that, it's probably a little bit easier until you get later on, and then you need to figure a couple of things out. So let's talk about this this Red Hulk. Of course, I'm going to start off the video saying that Void is probably the best counter for this fight. 100% of the time, if you have Void, this fight is going to be very, very easy against Red Hulk. Now, if you don't have a Void, which is the case for a lot of the people struggling with this fight, then who can you use? So the problem with Red Hulk is there's 3 nodes that are really problematic. The main one, the top node that's really annoying, is Buffet, which basically means that every time you trigger a buff, the Red Hulk's going to regenerate 10% of his life instantly. And I think that cools down every 7 seconds. So basically every time you dex, they regen 10%, which is really, really annoying, because when you're fighting with a 4-star rank 3, 4-star rank 4, or maybe even a 4-star rank 5, sometimes you're not doing that much damage, and 10% is a big chunk to just recover instantly. The second problem is the fact that both you and him can inflict poison. This is less of a problem if you don't get hit, because there's a 20% chance to give you poison if you get hit, and you also have a 20% chance to inflict poison if you hit him. And the third node is that this Red Hulk gains plus 65% attack for every debuff on him. Now remember that you have a 20% chance to inflict poison on him, just as much as he does on you. So every time you hit into him, you're inflicting poison, he's purifying it, but he's gaining plus 65% attack. So as this fight goes on, especially, and also if you're going to use like debuff champs, as this fight goes along, he does more and more and more and more damage, even through the block. So some options that work pretty well, other than Void, of course, is She-Hulk. She-Hulk has a passive Fury, so it's not really a buff per se, and it also kind of acts as a taunt. So I spent most of this fight, probably for the first 50-60 hits, kind of building up until I got about 5 or 6 Furies, and then you get into a nice rhythm where he's going to reliably throw that SP1. And the trick here is you're building up your Fury passives, you're doing more damage, at the same time you're evading that SP1, consistently throwing it. You're not getting hit by the SP1, because remember, he's getting increased attack every debuff you put on him, and of course, as you hit him, you put exhaustion on him, and also you're inflicting poison. So when he hits me near the end, or as you can see later in the fight, his hits, even through chip damage, is doing a lot more damage. So you don't particularly want to get hit, particularly if you're using a debuff champ. If you're going to use someone like like Havoc or Blade or whatever, then you've just got to be aware that you want to kill this guy kind of quickly. Now Blade might work also with the Ghost Rider synergy, with Ghost Rider Starkey, the whole unholy trinity, if you want to call it. That also works. She-Hulk also works. If you're a very, very good Quake player, you can play this as if it's stun immune, and you can take them down. If you have like a 4-star rank 4 or a maxed out 5-star and you're very good with her, this fight is not that bad, because once you get to 4 aftershock charges, you put that concussion on him, and that means he has a 100% chance to not use any abilities, which means his Buffet is basically eliminated. It's ineffective so long as he's under that concussion. And Quake's play means you don't hit him. So She-Hulk worked pretty well there. Another way to work around this is Mysterio. And I'm going to put in the same in the same camp as Mysterio, I'm also going to put Warlock, and I'm also going to put Sentinel. Basically anyone who can heal block. Now, little things that people don't know about Mysterio is the fact that not only is he poison immune, unless his armor broken, but he also has a passive heal block. So if you use a medium for light combos rather than end your combo with a medium, you get that passive heal block. And so with this fight, it's all about just hitting into him, and just heal blocking him as much as you can. This works. This is a really good method. It works really well. Warlock can do this as well. His virus will completely block the heal block. Sentinel has a long heal block on his SP1. Darkhawk has a long heal block on the SP3 and can do a bit of damage as well, and he's poison immune. And the last option I'm going to say is probably Iceman, because his Cold Snap does not count as a debuff. He's also both poison and incinerate immune. So all those are fantastic options. Just remember, you don't want to cast too many debuffs on this guy. You don't want to get too many debuffs on him. You do not want to get hit, especially late in the fight if you're using debuffs. And ideally you want someone who can heal block or regen or reverse the regen. Sorry. So hopefully this helped out if you're struggling with him. If it did, hit the thumbs up and consider supporting the channel by hitting that subscribe button. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Ka kite ano, bros and girls.